Have you resolved maybe to read more in the new year, or how about the new decade? And then now is the perfect time. Our first meeting of book club in 2020 happened last night. We discussed Beyond the Pale by author Jennifer Millikin. The book club met in the First Draft Book Bar of Changing Hands Bookstore in Phoenix. And this time we really had a treat. We were joined by the author, who is an Arizona local. The story also is set in Arizona. So at the core of the story is a friendship that quickly becomes a lifelong love triangle. But it's also a meaningful coming-of-age story about Lennon, Brady, and Finn, who all need each other for different reasons, and the tough choices that must be made as children become adults. When you're writing page one, you know who she's ending up with?
Probably 5 years ago, I had this idea of being in a hospital and having a girl choose which room do I go into. Yeah. And I never had a book for it. I just had a scene in my head, and my heart was like pounding when I was thinking of this scene. It was like, oh my gosh, there's so much at stake here. But that was like 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. And then I don't even remember how I dreamed up these three and how I decided it was them.
Overwhelmingly, the ladies loved the book. They didn't all agree that she chose the right guy necessarily, but all were moved and surprised by elements in the story.
After a while, the traits we pride ourselves on become a part of us. They bleed into us until they shape us, help us create the story we tell ourselves. I mean, that to me was so profound.
For me, this imagery was, you could find yourself there. It was detailed, very in the moment, but it wasn't droning on. But it was just enough beautiful imagery that you could just move through it. And I think like describing things like blueberry muffins in such a simple yet dramatic way is very lovely.
Pale is Jennifer Millikin's sixth book, and she is already working on a follow-up about one of the key characters. Yes. So she gave us a little taster of that, of what direction he's going in. Yes. And it sounded like mostly everybody who read the book wants to know more about these characters, so it was really fun.
But at the base of the story, it sounds like this is our lives. How people come together.
Are you in a love triangle?
No.
My life is not this exciting.
Friends helping each other with all of your different experiences is what I mean.
Yeah.
It's really great about having her there, though, because you read the book and she leaves a lot to imagination, and you think, well, what was the character thinking here, and what direction did they go here? And it was really cool to be in her mind as the author to think, well, this is what I was thinking for this character.
Oh, right. Yeah. Versus how you interpret it.
Yes, exactly.
And I was not able to make the book club meeting last night, but I read the book and I was able to tune in on Facebook. I was surprised to see the people who thought that she chose the wrong guy.
Yes.
I thought she chose the right guy. Anyways, my point here was that, if people think I could never make a book club, meeting, even if I had time to read it, it's great that you do the Facebook Live, because you can watch from home, you can weigh in, you can see the discussion, you can be part of the discussion. So it's one of the things I've appreciated about this book club. The other is that, this was a really short book, and some of the books have been longer and some of them shorter. It's a good mix.
Get ready for the next one, girl. That's a long one.
It's going to be a good mix.
We'll post that. I'll post that online tomorrow, but it was really fun. So great. Happy for her that she got such good feedback on her book. We will be right back.